Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, these two young fighters, each with a unique style and a burning desire to prove themselves, have shared a ring in the past and may do so again in what promises to be one of the most anticipated rematches in recent memory. The stakes couldn't be higher, as they both look to define their legacies in a sport that demands greatness. Devin Haney, the former two-division world champion, is widely regarded as one of the most technically skilled boxers of his generation. Born in San Francisco and raised in Oakland, Haney's early life was steeped in the discipline and rigors of boxing. His father, Bill Haney, recognized his son's talent early on and dedicated himself to nurturing Devin's potential. By the time Haney was a teenager, he was already making a name for himself in the amateur circuit, winning multiple national titles and building a reputation as a prodigy in the sport. When Haney turned professional at the age of 17, bypassing the traditional Olympic route, it was a calculated risk. The decision paid off as Haney quickly ascended through the ranks, demonstrating a blend of speed, footwork, and ring intelligence that made him a formidable force in both the lightweight and super lightweight divisions. With a record of 31-0, 15 KOs, Haney's resume is impressive. He has taken on and defeated some of the top names in the sport, including Regis Prograis and Vasily Lomachenko, two fighters who were considered among the elite in their respective weight classes.
Defense right there from Loma. Staying close.
Who's going to close? Good shot right there from Haney.
Right hand from Haney again, Dre. Loma combination. Haney back to the jab. Hey, that was great stuff.
All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin!
However, Haney's journey to the top has been anything but smooth. Throughout his career, Haney has faced criticism for what some perceive as his reliance on size and strength rather than pure skill. In several of his fights, particularly those at 135 and 140 pounds, Haney has often appeared significantly larger and more physically imposing than his opponents, leading to accusations that he is a weight bully. This term, often used disparagingly, refers to fighters who use their size advantage to dominate smaller opponents, a criticism that has followed Haney throughout his career and has, in some circles, overshadowed his considerable talents. The controversy surrounding Haney's size and physicality reached a peak after his fights with Regis Prograis and Vasily Lomachenko. In both bouts, Haney's size advantage was undeniable, and while he won both fights, his victories were met with skepticism by some fans and analysts. These critics questioned whether Haney's success was due more to his physical advantages than his boxing skills.
First round, early one on, it just seemed like you couldn't stay away from it throughout the course of the night.
Yeah, he called me early when I was sleeping on it. He caught me by surprise. I fell asleep on the left hook. We trained.
And whether he would have been as dominant if he had faced opponents closer to his own size. This debate intensified following Haney's April 2024 bout against Ryan Garcia, a fight that would prove to be one of the most controversial and talked about events in recent boxing history. Ryan Garcia, known for his lightning-fast hands and devastating knockout power, has taken a different path to stardom. Born in Victorville, California, Garcia began boxing at the tender age of 7, quickly developing a reputation as a prodigy in the sport. His amateur career was nothing short of stellar, boasting a record of 2-15-15 and multiple national championships. Like Haney, Garcia turned professional at a young age, signing with Golden Boy Promotions and embarking on a rapid ascent through the lightweight division. With a record of 24-1, including 20 knockouts, Garcia's devastating left hook has become his calling card. A punch that has ended many fights in spectacular fashion and struck fear into the hearts of his opponents. Garcia's rise to prominence has been fueled not only by his performances in the ring,
because he can fight anybody at any time.
Hard right hand. Wow. How did he weather that? Another one. And a hook. And down he goes.
This is over.
Ron Lipton got to 10. You're supposed to count, and he did. That was sensational for Ryan Garcia.
Great performance Garcia.
But also by his savvy use of social media. With millions of followers across various platforms, Garcia has cultivated a global fan base that transcends traditional boxing audiences. His boyish good looks, coupled with his charismatic personality, have made him a crossover star, appealing to both hardcore boxing fans and casual observers alike. Yet, for all his charm outside the ring, Garcia is a fierce competitor inside it, driven by a desire to prove that he is not just a social media sensation, but one of the best fighters in the world. The rivalry between Haney and Garcia is rooted in their shared history. As amateurs, the two fighters faced each other 6 times, with each winning 3 bouts. These evenly matched contests laid the foundation for what would become one of the most compelling rivalries in professional boxing. Both fighters entered the pro ranks with high expectations, and both quickly established themselves as top contenders in the lightweight division.
The speed advantage, the power advantage, and he can take the better chin.
Sure, many Garcia fans think it should be a wider discrepancy than that.
Haney's legs are just gone.
Constantly moving is Garcia.
Against Oscar Duarte, around 50%.
And there's that shoulder roll.
What was supposed to be a crowning moment in Devin Haney's career.
What a fight.
Well, right now it's Haney who's pushing Garcia around.
Yes, he is.
A reminder, Garcia cannot win the title with a win since he missed weight, but Haney can lose the belt.
Their first professional meeting in April 2024 was highly anticipated, pitting Haney's technical skills and defensive prowess against Garcia's speed and power. The fight, held at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York,
Now what's up? Now what's up, motherfucker? What's fake? You're not fake. What's up?
lived up to the hype, but it was Garcia who emerged victorious. From the opening bell, Garcia was the aggressor, pressing forward and looking to land his signature left hook. Haney, seemingly caught off guard by Garcia's speed and power, struggled to establish his jab and control the distance. In the second round, Garcia landed the first of 3 knockdowns, catching Haney with a perfectly timed left hook that sent him to the canvas. As the fight progressed, Garcia continued to find success with his left hook, repeatedly catching Haney as he tried to clinch or move inside. By the 7th round, it appeared that Garcia was on the verge of scoring a knockout victory. However, in a controversial moment, referee Harvey Dock called a timeout after Garcia landed a punch on the break, deducting a point from Garcia and giving Haney a crucial reprieve. While the fight ultimately went the distance, Garcia's dominance was clear, and he was awarded a unanimous decision victory.
That's exactly what Haney should be doing. Just aiming and ripping that body right there. Devin Haney should be looking, but I want to see more jabs. Set that punch up.
A lot of movement from Ryan. You wonder if that's going to zap some of his energy for the later rounds.
How back?
The aftermath of the fight was marked by intense debate and controversy. Haney's weight issues and positive test for Ostarine, a banned substance, overshadowed what was otherwise a career-defining performance for Garcia. Many fans and pundits questioned whether the fight would have played out differently had Haney come in at the correct weight and not tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug. For Garcia, the victory was a significant milestone in his career, but it was also bittersweet, as the shadow of controversy loomed over his triumph. As talk of a rematch in 2025 began to circulate, the stakes for both fighters became clear. For Haney, the rematch represents a crucial opportunity for redemption. A victory would allow him to reclaim his status as one of the top fighters in the sport and silence those who have questioned his legitimacy. However, the risks are equally great. Another loss to Garcia, particularly if it comes in similar or more decisive fashion, could spell the end of Haney's career at the elite level. His reputation, already tarnished by the controversies surrounding their first fight, would likely be irreparably damaged, leaving him with few options moving forward. For Garcia, the rematch is an opportunity to solidify his dominance in their rivalry and to further establish himself as one of the premier fighters in the lightweight division. A second victory over Haney would not only enhance his reputation, but also position him for even bigger fights in the future, potentially against other top names in the sport. Garcia's star is on the rise, and a decisive win over Haney could propel him to new heights, both in terms of his career and his marketability. The psychological dynamics of the rematch cannot be ignored. Haney, who has always prided himself on his confidence and composure in the ring, will need to overcome the mental hurdles that come with facing an opponent who has already beaten him convincingly. This fight is as much about mental toughness as it is about physical skill, and how Haney handles the pressure will be a critical factor in the outcome. Garcia, meanwhile, will need to guard against complacency. While he may have won their first encounter, he cannot afford to underestimate Haney, who will be coming into the rematch with everything to prove. Garcia will need to stay focused and disciplined, ensuring that he executes his game plan flawlessly. The last thing he can afford is to give Haney any openings that could allow him to turn the tide. From a strategic standpoint, the rematch will likely see both fighters making adjustments. Haney, who struggled with Garcia's left hook in their first fight, will need to find a way to neutralize that punch, whether through improved head movement, better footwork, or a more active jab. Haney's ability to keep the fight at his preferred range will be crucial if he hopes to avoid a repeat of their first encounter. Garcia, on the other hand, will likely look to build on the success he found in the first fight. His left hook is a potent weapon, but it's not his only tool. Garcia has shown in previous fights that he can box effectively from range.
Left hook. Similar left hook he caught Romero Duno with. There was a glancing left hook. It didn't look like much, but those are the shots that really hurt, when they graze you off the temple.
And he may choose to mix up his attack in the rematch to keep Haney guessing. By varying his punches and avoiding predictable patterns, Garcia can increase his chances of landing the knockout blow that eluded him in their first fight.
Who would have thought in round 12 it would be Devin Haney that needs a knockout to win?
A minute is a lifetime.
This round has been completely chaotic. And I will beat Devin Haney, that's a promise. And let's take a look back at some highlights. There was the first moment of trouble in round 1.
What a shot. And look, you got to give Garcia credit. Anytime he was dipping to his right like that, he was still fling and sling that left hook. King Ryan!
The broader implications of this rematch extend beyond the fighters themselves. The lightweight division has long been one of the most competitive and exciting weight classes in boxing, and the rivalry between Haney and Garcia has the potential to become one of the defining stories of this era. Their contrasting styles.
Pause, no, dude! Ryan, a lot of people, Ryan, have Devin, your prediction for the outcome of this fight?
Something is wrong with this motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you now, something wrong with him. This shit not normal. This shit is not normal.
That's what happens when you face the Devin the Dream Haney. Yeah, you're gonna go one way or another. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fact.
Yeah.
That's fact. I am Devin. That's fact.
It's all clicking in.
So when Mike talk, never mind. Fuck you guys.
Ryan,
but listen though.
Combined with the drama and controversy that have surrounded their previous encounters, make for a compelling narrative that captures the imagination of fans worldwide. As the boxing world waits for official confirmation of the rematch, the conversation will inevitably turn to the legacy implications for both fighters. For Haney, a victory would restore his standing as one of the sport's top talents and potentially open the door to more lucrative and high-profile fights. For Garcia, another win would cement his status as a bona fide superstar and position him for even greater challenges in the future. But beyond the personal stakes, This rematch also holds significance for the sport of boxing itself. A high-profile bout between two young, talented fighters with a history of close and controversial encounters is exactly the kind of event that can draw in new fans and capture the attention of the wider sporting world. In an era where boxing is often overshadowed by other sports, matchups like Haney versus Garcia are crucial for keeping the sport relevant and exciting. In the end, the rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia has all the ingredients of a classic boxing rivalry. Two fighters with contrasting styles, a history of close and controversial encounters, and a future that hinges on the outcome of their next battle. As the date for this highly anticipated fight draws nearer, the stakes will only grow higher.
Where's your mom at? Where's your mom, bitch? 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 Where's your mama, bitch?
And the boxing world will be watching closely to see who comes out on top. For fans, this rematch represents everything that makes boxing such a compelling sport. The drama, the skill, the strategy, and the sheer unpredictability of what can happen when two of the best fighters in the world step into the ring. The anticipation is building, and when these two warriors finally meet again, the world will be watching.
The shoulder roll.
What was supposed to be a crowning moment in Devin Haney's career. What a fight. Well, right now it's Haney who's pushing Garcia around.
Yes, he is.
A reminder, Garcia cannot win the title with a win since he missed.
So, as we await the official word, one thing is certain: the rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia is set to be one of the most significant events in boxing in recent years. The outcome of this fight will not only define the legacies of these two fighters, but could also have a lasting impact on the sport as a whole. Whether it's Haney's redemption or Garcia's continued rise, the boxing world is in for something special. When these two fighters step into the ring once more, it won't just be for bragging rights. It will be for legacy, for redemption, and for the chance to etch their names into the annals of boxing history. The world will be watching, and whatever happens, it promises to be a fight that will be remembered for years to come. As we look ahead to 2025 and the potential rematch between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, it's clear that this fight is about more than just two men stepping into the ring. It's about legacy, redemption, and the pursuit of greatness. Both fighters have much to gain and even more to lose, and that's what makes this matchup so compelling. The world will be watching, and when the final bell rings, only one fighter will emerge victorious, while the other will have to face the harsh realities of defeat. As the anticipation builds, one thing is certain: when Haney and Garcia meet again, it will be a fight for the ages, one that will leave an indelible mark on the sport and the legacies of both fighters.